Absolute and relative references. Spreadsheets are great. They can do lots and lots of calculations instantaneously. Sometimes when you're developing a spreadsheet, you need to use the same formula for many cells, or you may need to use a similar but slightly different formula for many cells. Either way, you don't want to have to enter the formulas individually. This would take a lot of time and increases the possibility for error. Fortunately, you don't have to enter each formula individually. You can simply make one copy of the formula and copy it over to the other cells. By specifying absolute or relative references, you can control whether cell references in the formula stay the same or change relative to their position in the spreadsheet. In this example, we are making a table of prices for Helen, who sells packets of Choco Nutties. Recently, the price changed and she has trouble doing the calculations in her head, so we are making her a handy table to print out and keep with her. We start by creating the structure of the table and entering the input values. The first formula involves multiplying the number of packets by the price. Remembering our spreadsheet style rules, we don't just put the price of $5.85 in the formula, but rather put it in a cell which we will then refer to. This way, if the price changes, we can change it in just one place in the spreadsheet. We enter the formula in the top cell and make sure it works. Because we want the reference to the cell with the price, B2, to stay the same all the way down the column, we make it an absolute reference. This is done by putting dollar signs in front of the parts we want to stay the same. We then drag it down to copy the formula to the whole column. You can see that the formula is similar in each row, but that the row number changes in the first reference, which refers to the number of packets, but the row number doesn't change in the second reference, which refers to the price. Here is a further example. Helen tells us she would like another column for finding the price for staff by subtracting the staff discount from the original amount. We add an input cell to hold the staff discount. Our formula gives the regular price minus the staff discount. Our formula looks like this. Again, we want to copy the formula right down the table, and this time we want the reference to the discount percentage to stay constant while the other reference changes. So we put dollar signs in the reference to cell B3. This is then copied down the whole column. An easy way to do this is to move the mouse into the bottom right-hand corner of the cell so that it shows a plus sign. Then double-click. This will automatically fill down the table. As before, we can see that the formula is similar in each row, but this time it is the B3 reference that remains the same. In summary, absolute reference means the cell reference stays the same no matter where it's copied. It has dollar signs. Relative reference means the cell reference will change when it's copied. It does not have dollar signs. The F4 button is useful for changing between relative and absolute references.